Good morning, everybody.
Morning, guys. Doing awesome.
Good. Glad to hear. I was watching this and I was thinking that we go and take highs first. There's like some news out that said, that lots were leaning more bearish for open here, so wouldn't be a bad idea go take highs out and then go low, but I'm going to watch and I'm just going to sit and watch for now. Put you on small. It's pushing up right there, right before open. I was watching this on MNQ, and you could already see a little bit of liquidity up here. See how it's kind of a lot more up here at the high than down here at the where price is currently. That's why I was thinking we open up and go up first. Up into these areas, even up in here is possible. There it is. Nice push. Look at that.
That was a good call, Kenneth.
Mm-hmm. That thing shot straight up, didn't it?
See what Titan does now.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm going to move this over here. Blast them through the zones. These are our volume zones for this week too. They're very, very spread out. So our next volume zone is not until all the way up at 900. These are the CME volume zones. 900. You can see a lot of volume right here. And then we've got volume down here at 700, but we've already traded through that last night. So let's see. Opened up at that level. Shoot, are we going to go straight up there? Look at these 15-second. This is on a 15-second chart, but I keep going over here. I can't help but find. I noticed when price looks a certain way on the 1 minute, I've been able to look at a 1 minute and I can literally look at it and tell, okay, if I go to a 15-second, guarantee there's Titans inside of that price action. Sure enough, every time, see from open, this was the opening candle right here, and just leading right up to open, started getting that volatile type of move up towards this volume level, tighten, all through the open. This was, oh, never mind. Never mind. Lots of volume up here where we're at right now. And in that last 1 minute candle, like hundreds and hundreds of orders all inside of this candle here. Just remember that if there are hundreds of buy orders printing on a footprint, that also means that there are hundreds of limit orders in here. So you may have aggressive buyers, but we most definitely have sellers here. Otherwise, those buys would not get filled. So you had limit orders sitting up here at these prices, where price just ran up into hundreds and hundreds. At prices like 805 up to like 811. Right throughout here. What are you guys doing? Has anybody been buying in on this? You guys just sitting waiting?
I bought in a small buy at the beginning and got a small profit, but
Nice.
yeah.
I'm waiting right now.
All right.
I was
able to
tempted.
catch part of that buy when it opened as well.
Nice.
I was tempted to jump back in, but I don't know, chickened out.
I know how it is, man. Especially when you're approaching these zones like that.
Well, not only that, it had moved so like 100 points already, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In TraderVate, somebody made a comment that the drawdown auto is not on, and it's not on mine either. Is there something wrong with the system, or do we need to reset something?
Mine's working. Distance drawdown. Mine's working perfectly.
With the part where it's got the accounts and then it says dollar open, cash amount, and then drawdown auto, like where it gives you your auto drawdown. That one is the one that's like little lines.
I use this. It says DIST drawdown. That's how much drawdown you have until you blow your account.
Yeah, it's not filled in. I mean, I know what it's for. It says drawdown auto, like what it would be for each account. So I know the function of it, but what I'm saying is that it's not filled in. It usually has the number in there.
I know, but what I'm saying is mine, the one I'm using, yours is saying auto something. Mine says DIST for distance drawdown.
Oh, got it.
That's the one I'm using that's working.
Yeah, that's not working for me either.
It's not working for me either. I can't see it on my screen as well.
The eval is not working. The PA is.
It's weird.
Oh, I only have PAs, so I wouldn't know about the evals. Maybe submit a ticket to them.
Yeah, I did. I haven't heard back yet.
I'll check on their website and see. Normally what I do if there's anything weird going on with Apex, I always go right here. Go to this help center, click on this little button right smack in the middle. If there is a known issue, it'll be right here. But what you're saying right there, John, I think this John is talking. I didn't look over there, but
yeah,
John. Okay, so if yeah, I would just do that. Just go at this point, just do a ticket because look, they don't have anything listed here. So I saw your
I'm not having any problems.
I saw your message in there. I mean, and if it's not affecting you, whatever. But I'm sure somebody's gonna.
I know they were doing maintenance over the weekend. Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah,
they had a maintenance deal earlier.
Yeah, it could be something like that. I know a 15-second chart looks kind of crazy, but I'm watching this for a reason. I got a reason. Man, what an open. That was crazy. This thing really just opened right up and took off.
It's interesting. It's stalling out right at a 5-minute zone, red zone from earlier today.
Look, I'm gonna upload this to beta testing just because I want to have a couple more people's eyes on it. But I created this. I'm gonna change a little bit of stuff, but I will tell you, I was creating it to try and I have some ideas on it. But basically, what it's supposed to do is give reversal ideas, right? Like pretty obvious. If price comes down to any of these zones, like this is kind of the baseline area, right? And it will, based on volatility, it'll kind of extend and whatnot. Like at some point, because this is broken way up here, this might move up. But anyways, if you, I want you guys to also go through and look at it because you can adjust some of the settings. And I've been watching for a few days. There's a lot of times when price does drop down or come into these areas, it will reject out of there. Now it doesn't do it a lot of times, right? And that's the only thing. But you can see some pretty good opportunities come out of it. So I'm gonna put this in beta testing for you guys, because like you're saying right here, how it's kind of leveling out at one of those zones. Same deal right here. Like we're up here at the very top of this this zone. So if there was a sell, or if it is stalling out, this would be in that reversal area. We've been here before. This was last week, Wednesday. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but NFP just snuck right past me. I didn't even know that NFP happened. We did all of our trading, we did all that stuff. I did not know. I did not know that NFP had come by. I don't think we talked about it one time on Friday.
So NFP was today.
Nah, yeah, I saw some news somewhere, like some kind of news that somebody had shared, and it said, oh, NFP numbers. I was like, what you talking about, NFP numbers? We don't have NFP numbers. And then sure enough, we had NFP numbers. Look, this was the like afternoon kind of Asian session high right here, if you will, kind of Asian session high. So we might be going up there for that. Obviously, we've taken out these overnight, what I call overnight highs. I know most people do overnight from the time it starts till now, but I like to break them into 2 sessions. So if you call it overnight here, then we're almost there, which is up at 900, basically around 900 area. That's where I'm gonna start looking for price to totally stall out, like up in this area, or if it does its thing right here, you see how it's kind of slowing down. Maybe it consolidates for a little bit and then reaches up here, snags this, and then gives a move. I don't care where it goes. I shouldn't even draw it like this because that gives people a bad idea. I'm just looking for a trade like this. This looks probable to me, is looking for a trade right here. And again, I don't need it to go all the way down here. That's potential. It's possible. It's probably will happen, but I'm gonna stop drawing it like that because dude, these are super probable. I almost always win these trades when I take them, and if I just take a small one, but man, when I start trying to hold that sucker, I'm like, yeah, let me get all the money. Nope.
Yeah, it seems like it'll go up there and reject, and if you set like some type of pending order there and catch it as it comes out, yeah, you might, like you say, you don't need it all. You just need a little bit.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, see, and it's kind of inching. It's like inching higher right now. So it's a lot of times when it's doing something like that, it's just slowly moving up like this, making these higher highs. Kind of, I call it like a slow grind. When it's kind of slow grinding up like that. Um, Normally, what happens is it drops after that because what every single time it goes up, just think about what's happening right here. A little mini situation's happening every single time this happens. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but it's all right. It comes up and makes a high. Boom. Everyone sees it. Imagine the emotions and everything that happened this opening. Flew up here. Nobody knows where it's going to stop. They're wondering. Da 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 da. It comes up, makes a high. Finally, it slows down. When this red candle printed right here, right, this is where it became really obvious that, okay, prices slowed down. It tried to go lower. This is the first time it made a lower low, right? So this moment right here, this is where everyone said, oh, there we go. All right, it slowed down, printed a nice red candle. Then it poked up above here. So buyers got involved, breakout buyers, right? So you have buyers buying all the way up here, plus you have early sellers. So you have buyers coming in here and you have sellers coming in here. And I could go look at this on a footprint and you'll see what happens over and over is they'll come in right here. And then when price starts to come down, the sellers, let's say when price comes, like in this area, somewhere in here, it's different every scenario. But when price comes into here, now the buyers that were late are emotional, and the sellers that were early are also emotional. The sellers are afraid that it will turn around and come back, and the buyers are already feeling sick right now. And so at that point right there, everyone's emotional, right? That's the main thing. Is everyone's emotional at that point. It's an area where something's going to have to happen. Buyers are going to have to get out. Sellers are going to be quick to react. And so when you see those little situations like this where prices coming up, breaking these new highs, and then especially when they come down, because if you did buy here, where are you most likely going to put your stop? If you bought right here, you bought that pattern. Where's your stop going to go? It's going to go right here. And then that's why this goes right here. And now remember those sellers that got in early that thought they were smart. They're like, yeah, hell yeah, until where it's their stop loss at. It's right above the high, the invalidation. And then bloop. I'll come touch that real quick. It's so funny when you see it happen over and over again. And then if you'll pull up something where you can pull, like where you can actually look inside of the candle like this, and I'm not going to go through all of that all over again, but here, I mean, you can see it right here. It's 1 minute, and in those wicks that I was talking about here, there's one of them right here. You have the buyers coming in late. This is where the first push up, then the push down right there, that push up, and then you see right after here, that's where we see tons of different volumes coming here. See right here, these right there have I've highlighted prices that have 100 contracts traded at them each one. So there's 250 sells right here, 100 buys, 100 sells right there, and so on. Lots and lots of trading all up inside of here. So again, you go and you look inside of there. Look at all the buyers up at the very top of the candle. 62 contracts, 19, 16, 4, 1, 10, 3. Those are late buyers. Well, most likely, where do you think their stop loss is going to be? Right here, right there, which is 853.50. 853.50. Remember that? 853.50. And then you come over here, and then you've got a bunch of sales right here. Those are most likely stop losses inside of here. So it's just doing its thing. Doing its thing. I could definitely see what we talked about. Price pop up into here, where that line go I drew. It's this one. Yeah. Might just have to wait on it for a little bit.
More confident.
And we talked on Thursday. I joined mentorship, yes, for my trading view,
Yeah.
username, etc. I sent out everything in a ticket this morning.
You send it over? Let me check it out. All right, I see it. All right, I'll go activate this stuff for you right now.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
And I can do today's webinar for mentorship.
Yeah. So wait, what do you want to do? What's your plans to get started? What's the first thing that you want to do?
I want to be able to read these charts, understand the futures market more, because that's new to me because I've been doing Forex.
All right. Well, then
And
what
these
I'll do.
indicators and everything are different than what I was used to. So I have to learn all this.
All right. Well, then what I'll do is I'm gonna, as I'm sitting here, I'm just sitting here kind of waiting right now. So as I'm waiting for stuff, I'll go and I'll make sure everything's activated for you and that you've got
Oh, thank you.
access to everything. Yeah. And then I'll send you, I've got kind of like an onboarding, kind of like an onboarding message to help you get started. So I'll send that. That'll give you all the instructions like, this is where you go to access this. Here's the webinars. Here's this. Here's that. And then that way you'll have and just keep that, take a picture of it or something like that. And that way you'll always know where to find everything if you need in the future.
Okay, thank you.
And then that same little ticket that we're talking in, if
Yeah.
if that's like your little spot, if you need anything, that's a direct line to me. So that from this point forward, that is the quickest way to reach me.
Okay.
All right, we're pushing up. Let's see.
Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome. Lots of trading just happened in there. It went up there and hit that line. I'm looking for a clear sign of sellers inside of this area. That's what I want to see. Like anywhere up here. Now that we've kind of blasted up here, man, these 15-second trades are going crazy this morning. Little 15-second candles, 2 contracts apiece. It's crazy. Hold on just a second. I'll take you. That was a nice 15-second flushed out thing there. We got. do have a 1 minute Titan setting up here now. It's trying, or it's like in process. Yeah, there we go. But it would have to continue now at this point. I'm gonna take my boy to school real quick. He's standing here waiting for me, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to hurry up, go do that, and come right back here by 10 o'clock, which is in 6 minutes. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. 1 minute after 8. I'm telling y'all, watch this 8 o'clock candle right here. I mean, 8 o'clock for me. 10 o'clock for you guys. I mean, 10 o'clock for 10 o'clock for Eastern Standard Time. That's what I'm trying to say. What was that, Matt?
I was just gonna say, don't assume everybody's on the East Coast.
Yeah. That candle there. I just been noticing a lot that price likes to put this candle here, and then later it'll do its thing for a little while, and then at some point this place often becomes significant later. It gives you a little area to focus on. Wow, lots of volume.
So 1 minute Titan that activated.
Let's see it. 1 minute. Yeah, I see what you mean. Right here.
TP.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Good location. Out of the right area.
A little break of structure. CVD is rolling over.
Yeah, I took it. I got out the TP. I love it when I go and do that little school run and then I come back and the trade just happens right in front of me. I always feel like it's lucky for some reason because it just happens quite often. Probably has a little something to do with the fact I take them to school each day. It's always right around that same 10 o'clock time. It's like try to get there, come back, and then it's normally around 10, and normally around 10 stuff starts happening. Oh, is that a little double dipper? Okay.
There's a 5 minute extreme too.
Nice. Quantum's also turning red. Saw that little double dip in action. It came back to the entry and then gave you the same trade 2 times in a row.
And I took it twice.
Naughty, naughty.
That extreme though, the setup was pretty small, but it did win.
Oh man, look at that. That thing's moving now. There's a lot of volume in here. Very out of the ordinary volume right here. It should either go down or go up for sure.
Love when you say that. Yeah, going down or going up.
Well, I mean, at this moment, like this is, I've.
Gotcha.
Wow, I was almost taken out by a smoothie. As I was defending myself, I drank a smoothie wrong.
I was wondering, you kind of got quiet real quick. I was like, oh,
I know. I was thinking about that as it was happening. I was like, Darren's like, oh, he's saying something that just kind of trailed off. No, that was just my throat becoming blocked by a piece of kale.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't choke.
Oh no, I was choking. That was
Oh, jeez.
yeah, eyes watering. That was fun. Yeah, so like earlier how I was saying this area right here, this is what I'd really keep an eye on, that the range of that candle. Get out of there for a second.
So gold's putting in new all-time highs.
You said gold is right now?
Well, not right. It about 2 hours ago it did, and it's running back up there to test it again.
It's at the CME volume level right now too, retesting that area.
Yeah.
46.25. It's just kind of bouncing between those levels, it looks like. Yeah, really really exciting stuff. I've been getting a lot more since I've got that tool that I'm using for the trading reports, so we can kind of look over trading results and come up with a good trade plan and stuff. I've seen a lot of reports and a couple really good patterns. I'll go over it more with mentorship here whenever we have our webinar at 12. But yeah, there's a definitely some things that are standing out that makes it very clear where people have consistency, or where I should say where an edge is or where it is not. And it's pretty exciting because being able to take all the results from multiple different people, everybody doing it their own way. They have their own idea. They understand the trade. They understand Titan. They understand how to take the trades or whatever, and taking their trades. Almost every single report that I see, I can just add a little bit of a trade plan to it, and for the most part, make it have an edge. But what's cool is seeing people that are already doing that, where it's already profitable, and then I look at the report like, could I try to make it more profitable? Yes, but one of the things that stands out about it that makes it already profitable is it already has a lot of the same traits as the other ones that I'm creating that have a trade plan. So I've looked at I've looked at a lot of reports over the weekend and throughout the end of last week. So I'm excited to see people getting on that and sticking with it. Look, now NQ starting to curve over, or trying to. What are y'all thinking? We gonna keep going up, or we gonna curve over right here?
No idea.
POC just shifted on MNQ. All the volume for the day is right here. Like, well, let me put it this way: more contracts were traded at this price than at any other price today. I'll put it that way. Yeah, look at that. See, that's why I watch when that POC shifts. You see how it shifted, and then within a minute, there's huge volume coming in right now. Hundreds and hundreds of contracts right now. A bunch of buys, obviously, and they're running into a bunch of sells. So we'll see what happens with this. And there's sales, by the way. There's sales coming in right now. This is crazy watching it. Looky there. Oh, we poked above that. We poked above that one candle. I'm gonna tighten. Do something here. All right, I'm back. I'm guessing we're just building a range right now. There's not a lot going on. I've looked at other charts on my other screen here, and all I see is this right here. I'm not really interested in trading anything inside of there. So we'll just have to wait for it to break out, and we're right at that same spot that I looked at earlier, right here. So we've broken the highs. We're up above all these overnight highs. Obviously, we've still got this area all up in here, and we've hit the daily high. So I don't know if we're going up or down, but I'd say at this point, with it consolidating right here in this, I'm just going to start watching this area and this area. And if it easily comes up here and tries to like turn around, I'll look for trades up in here. If it just keeps going, the only thing you could really do is trade Titans. Let me see, what is that?
There's a 5-minute Titan buy right now.
Oh, I guess this is the daily high because of this wick. This wick situation that went all the way up there. It opened the gap. Or whatever happened here. I guess it gapped down and shot all the way up. I don't know what it did here. All right, yeah, it opened here, went up to there. Okay, so we're not even at the daily high. We're not even at the daily high yet, so we could definitely end up there. And you said 5-minute Titan right now?
Yeah, it's in the red zone right now, but it did activate. I didn't take it. It looks like there's too much resistance around that level.
Yeah. You still got all your screens set up the same way that you had them before?
I've changed slightly, but for the most part, yeah.
Nice.
To be honest, I wish I had 6 screens now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But definitely 4 is definitely nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I at one point I showed you that picture with all the screens. That was
Yeah.
that I don't have mine set up like that anymore. I've got 3 straight. Well,
Cool.
I got 2, and then hold on. Let's see. Let's watch it. It's in the spot.
The 0.5 Titan one.
Yeah.
The 5
On
minute.
the 5. The delta is crazy on NASDAQ right now. Are you looking at what delta looks like leading up in here? I mean, it's this is what you're watching is a liquidity controlled market right now. This is not. I mean, that's what that is, and none of that makes sense. The CVD, all of that.
The MNQ CVD is stronger than the NQ.
Yeah, I got them both up. And I'm watching them both.
Yeah. I have them both set up too. And it's funny how, I mean, sometimes they're in sync, but
Yeah.
sometimes they're
MNQ, everything matches. MNQ
Yeah.
is perfect. You know what I mean? That's why I have them both up. If you watch MNQ, it looks correct, but NASDAQ NQ, I should say, mini version is almost inverted. It's actually almost inverted.
Well, it's
So
on the slight uprise, but not much.
yeah, just like the last 15 bars or so, 1 minute
Yeah.
bars.
Yes.
Yeah, the last 15. Yeah, that looks clean. That looks like execution, but leading up to that, that big push of red delta, of that negative delta is just pushing down while price is pushing up, just making that divergence. That part.
I wonder if we're heading towards the 26,000 volume level.
I don't know.
I mean, we're 25% of the way there.
Yeah.
From the 900. And maybe that was just a flush out. I mean, just out of the blue, you get a big red candle.
Yeah. That's what I look for right here. That's exactly what I'm looking for right there. And a lot of times, see, when you're looking for that specific thing at a certain place, I'm not. Look, I'm just gonna tell you, this is something that I've noticed is that if I go to the 15-second, a lot of times, see, this one's a little low. This one's for sure a little low, but a lot of times I see a Titan running out of these areas. I like to see them up higher, right? Like this candle for sure was big. Like that was a big flush style candle, but yeah, a lot of times I see one.
There's a 5-minute extreme setting up in 30 seconds too for a sell. It's pretty big though.
Go to the 1 minute. I was looking at my other screen. I was trying to watch that. This candle, yeah. So this is setting up for a 1 minute when this candle closes. So we have an
1 minute extreme. Yeah,
we have
1
a
minute.
1 minute extreme. All right. It's trying to look for a low risk entry to sell right here. It's just that candle came in so big. I mean, look how. Oops. Where'd I go? Again? Yeah, there's that Titan right there. This would have been as low risk as it came. And I was sitting ready with the pending like right here, but it didn't trigger it. But now it's not really going down. I mean, it's not, I don't know what it's doing, but it's low volume on this pullback, which is something I was thinking about over the weekend with these Titans. I was kind of going back and forth, like trying to think of some filters and some different things that I could do for Titan, like with this trade plan and all, just looking at all the data and seeing was really, really clear. I started thinking about applying that specific thing to the Titan, like looking for candle 1 has X amount, candle 2 has a lower amount of volume, and seeing if that makes any kind of a difference in the and I know it's going to make a difference. I just don't know how much of a difference it would make in how many Titans we get. Since it's really just a couple patterns, it doesn't take much into effect just looking at the volume, because, and again, this is on trading view, so I don't know how important that's going to be, but I'd compare it to Trade-O-Vate or Addis and see if it lines up.
We got our 1 hour zone.
Let's take a look at it. Did we make it? Yeah, we made it while we're making the high. So yeah, watch those areas. But see, like this right here, Matt, if you're looking at my screen, this is what I like, how YM looks, where we're kind of, we're kind of in, we didn't make it on the way up. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we didn't make the high on the way up. Like NASDAQ, we're kind of putting in that high. I like it better when we're down here, so that way it's like we're kind of more in the middle and it's more of a decision
Go
point.
to NQ. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
dropping. That 1 minute extreme totally won. I didn't
Oh,
take it.
nice. I won my flush trade I took on
Oh,
here.
there you go.
So see, this is what I was saying is when at one point I came back on here and said we have this range right here, and if you just wait until price comes into here and look for that flush style trade where price just comes, and the whole thing was this was too big of a risk. I was gonna go in here is where I had my pending. It didn't trigger it on this candle. And then I actually removed it, but when it started coming back and doing this a few times, I went ahead and went in. So I got in, but I actually ended up getting in more around like right here.
So what do you take, a 1-to-1 or
I just
0.5?
yeah,
Or?
I'm trying to make myself stick to doing a 1-to-1, because I started, remember I told you I started getting like my head started, like I win so many of these flush trades like that. When there's a clear range, if you will be patient for it and you'll wait and watch and actually wait for the range, you'll win a lot of those. And I was really enjoying it. I was having a lot of fun with it. And of course, the first thing I did was I started saying, let me have some more money, and so I started trying to hold the trades, and I was making more money, but I just had to decide to stop, because I was like, it's getting to be too much, like I just felt like I was under more pressure when I was trading. I was making more money. I was making almost double my daily profit target. And I don't know, I almost started feeling lucky, like I didn't feel like it was really, like, I don't know, it's almost too easy. I was just like, I don't know if I'm getting lucky with these, or if this is really happening and going to be long term. So I just said I'm gonna cut back a little bit, take my 1-to-1s, and then once I'm comfortable, like once I take X amount of 1-to-1s, depending on how I'm doing, I may try to hold for some, but it's got to make sense. I can't just be like deciding to hold one based on how it looks. And that's what I was doing. Like some of them would look super extreme, and I just felt like, yeah, this is going to be the one that runs the furthest. And and so I would even risk a little bit more, because I told you I'll risk up to 500. I didn't risk 500 on this one, but I will risk up to 500. That's, my account is perfectly fine for that. And I yeah, I just started taking some of those trades based on how the market looked, instead of just being more mechanical with it, and I don't know, it just started feeling lucky, and then I didn't want people to try to copy what I was doing on there, because I was catching some nice trades. I mean, some like this right here. I mean, I wouldn't catch the whole thing, but I would have caught a little bit of it. So let's see what we do down here now. Got the Titan. This was a nice trade. If it would have been up here, it would have been a little bit nicer. But at least it was along the right idea.
The 1 minute and 5 minute Titans contradicted each other this time.
What, that 5 minute was still running?
Well, yeah, it was a buy. It hit the stop loss, and then the 1 minute was a sell that won. And the 1 minute extreme won too. It did a little bit of it retraced actually about 60%, but it's still eventually it won at a point. Well, it even won a 1-to-1 actually.
Anybody else sell up here? I'm waiting around to see what it does when price sweeps these lows right here. And then I'll probably hop off. Scott, your stuff is done, but I'm about to send you a little message to help you get started. But you can if there's anything you want to do right now, you can just head over into the course section, look up the elite, and then just start going through those videos. You'll start with just the first video called Getting Started, and that'll kind of start guiding you through the process, reshaping what trading success looks like, all that kind of good stuff. That leads into the indicator video. So every single box, line, label that you see on my chart, I have a video for it. So you'll know, what this means right here. You'll know how to interpret these alerts. I'm telling you, this is so similar to Forex. I mean, it's the exact same. If you think it's going to go up, you want to be buying. If you think it's going to go down, you want to be selling. And if you want to start the right way, what I would do is focus from the very beginning. Like, look at what you have access to now, these new strategies. Just look at them as tools, and your job isn't to be right or wrong or anything. Your only job from this point forward is to learn those strategies like they're a new job, and then execute. So you'll pick one of them, right? You're gonna go through the strategy videos, and based on who you are, you're gonna say, Ken, I really like this strategy. Can we talk about it? This is what I'm thinking about doing. I want you to come up with your own plan. Like, you know, you might have some strengths that I don't know about. So if we can leverage those, by all means, you know, so go through the videos, see what resonates with you, reach out to me and say, this is what I like. And the videos will guide you. It's going to say, you know, hey, this is how you develop a trade plan. This is your strategy. This is, you know, and I kind of like give you an idea, like, this is what I think you should do. But again, I want you to create it. You run it all by me. And I'll tell you if there's anything that I see that's just like doesn't make sense at all. Like, I'll just sign off on the trade plan, and then your goal, just remember, when you make this trade plan, when you make the trade plan and when you make everything, you know, and the strategy, don't think about dollars, don't think about number goals, don't think about anything like that at all. Don't try to make it realistic so that it's similar to you trading your real account. None of that kind of stuff. Just focus on, this is a good trade plan. The amount, the dollars and stuff like that, that none of that matters. You just want to think about, this is something that I can commit to and I could see myself duplicating and doing over and over. Because once you find success, the most important thing is you're going to have to give this time. You're going to have to test this out for, like, say, 100 trades. And then once you're done taking 100 trades, you're going to know if the strategy works for you or not. It's going to be very clear. The data will tell you, yes, it works, or no, it doesn't. And that's where we will move forward. Either you'll be done at that point and we can try to make it better. We can learn a new strategy. We can, you know, do things like that. The most important thing, though, is that it's duplicatable. You want to make sure that you can duplicate exactly what you did. So you're going from just joining to strategy learning and practicing and understanding, to, you know, to building confidence in a strategy and then making money. So don't try to mix making money with confidence building. You need to build confidence in your strategy first and then take that strategy and go make some money with it. It'll be fun and enjoyable at that point because you'll have confidence. So you're going to show up, you're going to be confident, you're going to understand that some days you're green, some days you're red, and you're just here to execute and hang out with the boys, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Thank you.
Yep. And if you need anything, you got a direct line to me right there.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to this.
Yeah, same here. I'm excited to see what you do with it. And I'm really excited because you're coming from Forex, and like a lot of people that come from Forex, they're like, whoa, this is so, like, they actually say it's easier because no spread. And, you know, the fact that we can get, just with Apex alone, you can get 20 accounts and copy them all. And it's cheap. It's super cheap compared to the Forex prop firms.
Okay. So is there at one point when you do the Apex that you're going to merge TradingView with Apex? Is that how that works?
Yep. In the videos, you'll see. So there's a part
Okay.
in the video, and it says, it's actually like, I have a section of videos that break down, you know, just in case you're uninformed, like, what is a prop firm? How does it work? And then I go into a video showing you step by step how to sign up for Apex, how to connect your Apex account to TradingView, how to place your trades. Like, every single thing is step by step. And if you know, I don't remember, but if you did not have access to the blueprint prior to this,
Right.
let me pull it up real quick. Let me type this one. I gotta log in. All right, let's see. Log in. Oh. Okay, so right here, if you look at my screen, this course right here, this is the one that is primarily about all of the STS Elite stuff specifically, right? Like the new order flow course, all of that stuff is inside of there. So this is great. This is when you are ready to go, like everything that I just talked about. Now, if you have not done so yet, it may be a good idea for you to go through this blueprint, the STS blueprint course right here. This course right here is like, this is it. If you are new to futures in general. This is a guide to trading futures. So introduction of futures. What are ticks and contract values? Introduction to prop firms, getting started with TradingView. I mean, this takes you to the very basics of searching for symbols or tickers, candles and time frames. I mean, this is the most basic stuff right here. And then, you know, understanding risk reward, signing up for an Apex account, connecting Tradeovate to TradingView, trading strategies, and then adding and, you know, adding the indicators on there, creating trade plans. There's this course right here, right? And then this course really leads directly into the STS Elite, because most people that are in STS Elite, they are already in STS, so they've already had access to the blueprint. So if you have not yet done the blueprint, then I would start there and just go into your courses.
Okay.
And I'll double check right now to make sure that you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a good. You haven't seen the blueprint yet, have you?
No.
Okay, yeah. Start there. That'll really help you get started too. You're gonna be really
Okay.
confident. You'll go in, because like like you said, there's things you need to do. Like you need to connect Apex, you know, and you're just getting started with futures. So like it'll be good to just learn some of the terminology and stuff like that. You know, there's a little bit of differences. Like instead of using pips, we use points and ticks. It's all the same, you know, it's all the same. Everything else is the same. It's just a couple words that are different.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do that first.
All right. Yeah. And then, yeah, you've got the course and everything. So if you refresh in your course section, or next time you visit the course section on STS, you'll see that blueprint.
Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. We just tagged that area. You guys look. Let's just tag that area. You gonna do it all in one candle? Don't do that. It did it all in one candle. Mm-mm. Not too bad for a little buy. And I'm out just like that. Just like that. From that was a little bit smaller one, but it was from 870 up to 90. 81. Oh man, no, we're not at 81. I can't read it.
Hey, Ken.
Huh? 79.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Okay. When you're trading that way out of those demand zones and supply zones like that, are you waiting for it to tap into that zone? And are you setting like maybe a pending buy stop above or a sell stop below when it goes into those zones and then it activates as it comes out or reverses?
So I can definitely answer your question, but the answer to your question is in the new order flow course. This is more of a price action order flow style trade, right? Like as you see, I have an indicator that I've made that tries to detect these types of flush style patterns, right? Or just reversal patterns at those areas, but it only is going to detect it at like certain areas. These like I looked and seen this zone and said, all right, you know, we're based on where we are, chart location and everything in this range. Out of everything that could happen, I was sitting here watching Titan signals appear and disappear and appear and appear and appear all throughout here. This really tight range. And I said, well, I wouldn't trade anywhere but right here or right here. And
Which makes
so,
sense.
right,
Yeah.
well, because it's more predictable. Like obviously traders are gonna start trading right here and right here, and those scenarios that I'm talking about where urgency is created and somebody is forced to execute a trapped buyer or a trapped seller, right? That's what I look for at these areas. And there's a signature pattern that happens in order flow almost the same every single time. And that doesn't mean that every single one of them win. But as you see, a lot of them win. And so
Yeah.
I won both of mine. I got a nice trade off of here, and then I just got a good trade off of this one right here. And so, and then
Mm-hmm.
you seen that thing ripped out of there too. So
Yeah.
um you've got it. It's actually don't skip, but it's near the end of the order flow course. It would make zero sense if you tried to skip to the end, just to try to learn the strategy and and not understand the whole foundation of order flow. It will make no sense. But once you go through that order flow course, you will understand it, because it's a, like I said, it's a signature pattern that happens, that's that's viewable. You can see it and you can anticipate it. And even looking at the candles, you can see it happening, but it really removes a lot of false filters when you know what to look for in order flow. And that's why, as it was happening, if anyone was listening, I was saying, "Oh, really? Is it going to happen all in one candle?" I said, "Wow, they're clearing it out. They're reversing it in one candle instead of two." The easiest way to see it is in two candles. You have to be pretty good at it or know what you're looking for over and over again to see it in one candle. You have to see the change of hands, and
Mm-hmm.
so if you're it's very easy in two candles, because you're going to have a red candle and a green candle. Your brain is automatically going to accept that,
Right.
and let you take the risk comfortably, and so and clear minded. But when it's in one candle, it's happening very quickly, and it can change. It can change. It's more risky when it happens in one candle, because the pattern can appear in one candle, but that candle is still in development, so the order flow is still flowing. And I've seen the pattern appear in one candle. It took the trade, and then later trading past that place in the candle, and the signal was removed. You know what I mean? It was there, but it was like overwritten later. And so so then you're sitting there looking at it, and you're like, ooh, like I went in too early. I should have waited. And so sometimes you do that, sometimes you don't. But those are those scenarios that I know that I look for, where again, you have to make a decision. Do you want to take a small dollar amount risk? Because while those, they're more risky in terms of could it win or lose, but the risk that I'm actually risking in terms of the dollar amount is at its smallest. So you have to just decide, like, am I willing to, take the potential small loss to be early, or do I want to wait for more confirmation but have a potentially bigger risk later? And so um on this first flush style trade right here, this one was a no-brainer, because it slammed out of here so fast. There's no way I could have sold down here. You know what I mean? It happened
Right.
so
Right.
fast. I would never, if you sold right here and put your stop right here, then that was, well, I mean, actually, it looks big, but it's actually wasn't that much. It's under $500 risk. So, but if you're not prepared to risk that much, this one made it really easy. It pulled back, right? So it gave you many chances to decide, do I want to take this trade at, a lower dollar, total amount risk, and as it got higher and higher, the risk just got lower and lower. And so I ended up getting in it, but I originally was going to get in right here, which was about half, like somewhere in here. I just know because this came right up to it, and then it didn't do it. It didn't touch it. It actually came right up to where my entry was, and it came off, and I said, oh man, I might have lost that. But then this one, or I might have missed that, and then it came up here, and then as it was coming down, I couldn't take it anymore, so I just entered. So this one was different. This one gave you plenty of time to decide on your risk. This one, you had to make a decision quickly, you know. And so when it does like that, a lot of times, if I see, this is just how I am, everyone's different, but the way I am, if I see a low risk opportunity, I'll go for it very quickly, because I've accepted a long time ago, I accepted that I could either win or lose a trade every time I click the button. So if I see an area where I can cap, you know, where I've got a good potential to make money, but my risk is lower in terms of dollar amount, I'm pretty trigger happy on those. I'll go in without thinking much, because it's a very small amount of money that I'm risking. Like that one, I think I was only risking $150 on that trade in total. On the entire thing, the $150 where I got in at.
Okay.
So yeah, once you go through that, you'll see it. You will be able to. It'll be very clear. The best part though is not even seeing it. It's just anticipating it. See, I've been thinking about this area since back here. You know, when we were in here and I was talking about this and I was watching this and I was like, yeah, watch this candle. I'm sure later it'll be important. Blah blah blah. You know, we're like way over here, and I'm already anticipating these areas. I already know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for only one thing when price reaches that area. It either happens or it doesn't. And that to me is more important than anything. It's not about, being good at anything. I'm going to click the button only when price goes there and at no other time. And,
Right.
and then that gives you comfort and confidence to just sit there and just wait until it happens. I'm sure we all got plenty of other things that we could be doing right now while we're waiting. I set an alarm for mine. Whenever I set something like that, I'll just set a little alarm, get to working on something else. Just wait for it. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but the POC on M&Q did change. It doesn't matter. That was so long ago now. That was all the way over here. It changed a long time ago.
There's an indicator that I've been using on TradingView that's kind of helping me pinpoint, those flush area to use.
Oh, really?
That's been working pretty good.
Yeah.
It's called the Pivot Hunter High and Low. It's basically been pointing out the same areas that you've been pointing out too. I basically just wait for a flush through those, and then with the pull back up.
Right. I did take it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's just about being patient enough to actually sit there and wait. That's the main part of it. It's just being able to sit there, wait for it, and then take the trade. A lot of traders I see, they show up and they're like, I've got to take a trade now. And try to force a trade or something like that, or they'll have a great idea, like I'm gonna trade right here and it's gonna be perfect, but then it's all mapped out and I agree with it, and I'm like, yeah, I think that you trading at that place right there would be perfect, but then they will try to maybe trade like to that area, like, okay, I'm already thinking that it's gonna go up there and then I'm gonna sell, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy up to that area or something to the effect of that, but then you end up taking one or two losses before price reaches that area. And then price finally reaches that area, you take the trade, it's a winner, but you're not in profit because of the other trades you took, and so it's what is that? Quality over quantity. But I'm gonna hop off of here, you guys. I got both of the trades that I wanted. I got the top and I got the bottom. So I'm done for the day. Mentorship, we have a webinar in 1 hour and 2 minutes. So I'll see you guys there. We'll go over the week, get prepared, get planned out. Everyone else, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Thanks,
worries.
Ken.
See y'all later. Have a good day.